Hello tubers and tubettes. This is David. I live up in Northern California, and I'm actually getting ready to go over to the shop to see if they've done anything on my van. I haven't pushed for them to do like a deadline for having my van done at a certain time. I am getting a little anxious to see some stuff done on it, and it's been a long time, but I haven't um, pushed any kind of deadline because I haven't been in an honest rush, to do it. But as the summer's starting to come together and pool sales are starting to go, I would like to get the four-wheel drive installed on it so I could start driving it around again. And I know I've got some ideas on putting that um, high top on it. So that would be nice to be moving in that direction. So where they're at is they have installed the new axle that I have, but for some reason, the guy that he had working on it, Lorenzo, this is a while back, he decided to just cut all of the emergency brakes off on the van, the cables. And so even the owner of the shop was really upset about it. And he was just thinking, like, when you're building four-wheel drive vehicles, you just get rid of the emergency brake, but he didn't ask anybody or anything, and that's actually one of the reasons he's no longer there. He just had a very weird way of doing stuff. So they are going to have to reinstall the rear emergency brake on my axle and put all those cables back together, which the owner said that's not a problem. But somehow I feel like I'm going to be involved with paying for some of that, and I don't want to be. The second thing is that he's got everything cleaned up and ready to put the leaf springs in on the front axle. So I want it to come back a little lifted, maybe 3 to 4 inches, and I may have to take it back to actually get that part of it done. All I really want to get done right now is to get that front axle in, and the transfer case is already in there. That was done by a transmission shop. And then I want to get the front drive shaft hooked up to the front axle, and then that'll be a good situation and we'll also have to put in a way to be able to shift it into four-wheel drive. So there'll have to be a shifting mechanism, and I would like to have it cable run, and probably pretty close to the location of where it would be on a truck, right down there in front of you. So those are the things I'm kind of looking forward to, and then I want to drive it around and see how it handles. Then later I'll probably look into lifting it, and it may require lifting springs, or I would almost rather lift it with blocks, and then that way I could have the same ride that I'm having instead of putting on stiffer springs. Sometimes it will affect the ride. And then I'll drive it around some more, make sure that it's handling well, in the lifted position. Then I'll get some tires, which I have tires actually that are on my 57 Chevy that I don't want to use on the 57 Chevy. So that would be nice if I could use those tires and wheels on my van. They're Alcoa aluminum wheels on the front. So that's pretty nice. And then dualies for the rear. But I don't know that if the dualies are going to fit, but I do want to put dualies on the rear. Even if I have to put these dualies on there temporarily, and then buy another set of Alcoa rims that could go on the rear, I'll do that, because I would like to have that set up with the aluminum rims, mostly for the weight and also for the wheel height. They're more like 20 inches, rather than 15-inch wheels. But then the pop top will have to go back in there, and I know what I want to do now on the pop top. So that'll go back in there and have to be worked on. Once I could get that all on there where the pop top is on, it's 4-wheel drive, if you have new rims on it, or at least have the dualies on it, then I'll be able to consider it finished for this year. And then I can slowly work on other things. I'm really anxious to bring my 57 Chevy over there and just to get it running, just to make sure that it does run, which I'm pretty sure that it does. And I have a radiator for it, I have front fenders for it, I have a lot of stuff for it. So we're going to have to kind of clean everything up on it and get it running. That's what I want to do first. And then I'm going to take that to a paint shop and have them paint the firewall and the frame to the firewall so that it looks pretty done. And then once I put the fenders and inner fenders and everything else on there, I won't have to go back and do that again because it will have already been done. So that's kind of my idea on those next two projects. I'm going over there right now. I have no idea if they've even done anything on my van. I really have a high feeling that they haven't done anything, but at least I'll go over there and make myself known, and then I'll be able to report back to you guys on where the van is. So anyway, thanks for looking. I'm going to go in right now and I'll see what's what. Thank you.